Okay, I'm going to attempt to install my Curt trailer hitch onto my 2016 Nissan Sentra. So that's the one they sent me. It came actually pretty heavy, which is nice. And it came with instructions, of course, as well as all the all of the tools necessary. Now there's an interesting thing you gotta do is fish. They give you two fish wires. Maybe I can see it better there. You're basically gonna stick that on the end. It's gotta go up inside. So this part here and the bolt has to go up inside and then comes down against the rail on the driver's side. Now what it tells you to do is open up the hole that's there. Make it, of course, a little bit sideways like that to fit this part, because this has to all go in and then come back out through the normal hole as stated here. So it says to go on the rear one, which is this side here, and make it bigger, leave the other hole alone. So you basically got to fish it up through here down into that side. And then you're going to do the same on this side, and you will have the two wires sticking out that you can line up these holes to bring it up. So if we go underneath the car, hopefully this will be able to see what I did. Of course it's not going to be the best. You can see it's black there. What I did is actually painted it after I reamed it out bigger. I used a file and a drill, etc. So that rear hole I made bigger. Now the other part is going to go onto this trailer hitch, and then the other two bolts are way up underneath there. So I'm going to try and set this up and get it lighter under here that hopefully you can see. Okay, well, I couldn't really show much, but it wasn't easy. What I had to do was, I don't know if you can see way up in there, but these bolts here I had to I had to go through back here. Can't really see them because they're hidden, so you have to have really small hands, get in behind there, because this taking off these things really didn't do shit if you ask me. So I tightened them up. I believe these were 45 as per the instructions, torqued. Put this on. Now it doesn't sit tight yet, so I'm going to try and crank her some more, but looking at it, it's up a little. I don't know if you can see that, and it's not quite touching there, so I'm going to try and crank that so I can actually touch that, because I believe it should be touching. I may have to loosen the other ones back up to try and see if this will work, but it took some wrangling to get it in there. So all in all though, it's pretty darn tight in there, so I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Oh, by the way, those other bolts, I torqued them to the 100 foot-pounds it says. And that's basically the trailer hitch. Okay, so here I got a whole, light. So you can see I kind of crudely had to open the hole. I don't have a grinder, but this should be good enough. I made it so that you can barely just get through the nut. Has to go up in there, as well as this plate here has to be able to go up in there. And I've got them so that you can both slide them up. Then these will, on the other side, come down here, as do here. Now they say to do it this way, but as you can see, it's going to be much wider. I think it's going to end up being more on an angle. So hopefully that will work out. But I'm going to try and do this on my own. If I get frustrated, it'll be a lot of swearing. So we'll see what happens. I'll try and video as best I can. Okay, so what I did is, I don't know if you can see that, there's the little metal. I bent it a little so I can go up through that hole, out through this one. On this side, this is kind of the contraption that I've got. So now I've got to slide it up, and then I'm going to have to put these through the hole and hope they come out the other side. So I'm going to try and see if the camera will catch this, and maybe I can bring some light on the situation here. We'll see. So I'm going to have to separate and put this in first. And let's see if this will work. Will this go in? Wow, that's not going in there. I wonder how come. There, okay. Now I gotta get the bolt up in there, which will be a little harder, I think. I wonder if I can put it in backwards. So far. This is that trouble I was expecting. Now, I don't know if you can see any of that. So I've got it all up in there. Now it's just a matter of trying to squiggle it through. The only thing is, you can see here, I've got to try and get in there and adjust this better. So let me play with that. There we go. I think that'll work. So that would be one side. Now I gotta do the same. So it gives you an idea there. I gotta do the same. This side should be a lot easier because it's just going straight up and back down. Okay, I got both of them like that, hanging through. It says use the guide wires to line up the holes, which is very nice. So I will be doing that, keeping everything loose for now. And this is where it would be nice to have a second person, because when I lift this up, it'd be obviously really nice to have someone else here. Now, I'm going to have to try and see. Maybe I can get some blocks or something. Let me try that. Okay, so being alone, I managed to find this to kind of hold it half in place there. Just enough for me to start to line up these holes, which I'm going to do. So obviously one-handed I can't do that, so I'm going to guide the fish wires through. I'm going to try and start the bolts on just to see if I can get them lined in, and I'll try and show you. Okay, so what I managed to do is hold this up and then pull the fish wire off, add that bolt. So now this one is in there as well, and I should be able to just get this hopefully line up. It seems like it's sitting in there okay, I hope. So what I'll do is I'll take the fish wire off of this, and that's horrible to see. Let's see if I can somehow, let's see. I'm taking the fish wire off to put the other bolt on. Sorry that it's so dark, but it's unfortunately, and there goes my flashlight way over there. So now I put this bolt on. looks pretty good. Now I'm going to try and go to the other side. Okay, one of the first two steps they say is there's these little flanges here, there, another one here that keep this back cover from the trunk on. There's also up there some bolts, so potentially you can take the whole black piece off, but they say you only need to loosen the back part. That's so that when this part goes up inside, you can put the bolts on. So I'm going to attempt to do that without breaking them, and we'll see whether that loosens it enough for me. Okay, so I took these off, and it really doesn't do squat, if you ask me. I was hoping it would have taken this down so I could get up in the back there. So now what I did is, through this, what they call toe loop, there's a square piece there that's going to come up and touch, and I'm going to put a bolt on there. That should hold this side up, and then I can try and locate the screws for that side and put them in. So we'll see if I can do that.